Hey guys, what's up? So in today's video, we're going to make this liquid swipe onboarding screen, and we're going to use shared preferences to set the state, the persistent state of the onboarding screen, so that when the user clicks on the get started button, they won't see this onboarding screen ever again until they uninstall the application or clear its state, clear its data. So let's go here. These are the packages that we're going to use, the liquid swipe and shared preferences. So what you can simply do is come to the pub.dev and search for the liquid swipe and the shared preferences packages. So to do this, you just simply go on installing. We are going to copy this command. So when you copy that command, then you just paste it inside your terminal, and then when you run it, you eventually see this package being added on line 38. Then you can go back here, then you can do the same thing with the shared preferences. So just copy this, and since we have these installed already, so you can just delete this, then you just paste the command here as well, so that when you press enter, it will just get fetched and installed in your application's pubspec.yaml. So this is what we're going to do. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So to get started, we'll go inside the main.dart, then clear out the code that comes with the boilerplate. Basically just clear out the boilerplate code, and I've just cleaned it out a bit. Let me move this comment back here. So I've just cleared it up a bit. So we'll go here, then we'll say async. We'll make this as an async function. Then inside here, we're going to bind the widgets. So we're going to simply say widgets flutter binding. Then we ensure initialized. So just simply call this. Then the next thing is we're going to await. Since we have an async, we're going to await. So we're going to await the shared preferences. So we're simply going to await the shared preferences reference. So we say prefs, then we simply say await. Then here we're going to call the shared preferences. So shared preferences, then we get the instance. So simply say get instance. Sorry about that, it took long to get instance. So this is what we have now. Then the next thing is we're going to get the bool, of which is we're going to set the key in here. So simply get to say we're going to have a boolean value. So bool, then we simply say is on boarded. Then we assign this to the prefs. Then we say simply just says prefs dot, sorry about that, prefs dot getBool. So this reads the value from the persistent storage. So simply just get the bool. Then in here we'll simply give it a key. So the key will be on boarded. Okay, so if the key is not found, so we're simply just going to set this to null. Set this to null. Not null, sorry. I'll set this to false since we're using a boolean. Okay. So the next thing is we're going to come inside here. So where is this? We'll come here. Then we'll create a variable, which is also going to be a boolean variable. So we'll simply say final. We just give it the same name, is onboarded. I can't spell onboarded. Then we don't assign it to anything. We just give it the boolean value. Then we just require it here. So required this. Then we just simply say is onboarded. Then it will give us an error on top here. So we simply have to come back here and say is onboarded. Then we give it this value. So just simply say is onboarded again. So that error goes. Then down here, But before we do this, because we have to conditionally render the screens, so we have to come back here in this the lib, then we create this folder called screens. Then here we're going to have two screens. The first screen is going to be the onboarding screen. .dart. Then the next thing, the other screen is going to be the home screen. And you should notice the naming conventions. So you don't use uppercase letters here. It gives it just won't work. So let's go back. Let's go here. The home screen is going to be a stateless widget. So stateless. Then we just name it home screen. Then down here we just retain a simple scaffold, a blank scaffold for now. Inside the scaffold, okay, let's just fill it up. We just give it a home, the body, then we just give it a column. So we've given it the column. Then inside the column, we've made it, given it the main axis alignment to center. Then we've given it a child. Inside the children, we have a child called text, which is just simply saying home screen. Then we can just simply center this so that it stays in the center of the screen. Okay. So for this one, we're good. So let's go here, and this is also going to be a stateless widget. So stateless, then we give it the name of OnboardingScreen. So we'll leave it here for now. Let's go back here and conditionally render these two screens, I would say. So here we'll say, let's remove this container. So here we're going to say is onboarded. We use this is onboarded that we made on top here. So is onboarded. If it's onboarded, we go to the home screen. If not, then we go to the onboarding screen. So we say onboarding screen. That's all. So if this gives an error, these two screens give errors, you just simply come up here and manually import them. So the next thing is we're going to go inside the onboarding screen. So here we'll remove this placeholder. Just simply give it a scaffold. So let's try to ignore this. Okay, so the first thing here we're going to do is we're going to come here on top and make a controller. So simply going to make a liquid controller. So say simply liquid controller, name it liquid controller as well. Then here we just simply call the liquid controller. We do this. So the next thing is we're going to have a feature function, but before we do that, let's remove this to clear out the error. So let's come here. So say feature, then it's also going to be a void. So simply say void. Then inside here, we'll simply call this function complete onboarding. Then this is going to have build context, I mean. So build context. So in case you are wondering, this is an helper function. Okay, so let's go in here. So in here, we're going to create a prefs again. So final, then we say prefs. So we're going to create a singleton instance reference of SharedPreferences. So it's not a new object, but rather a way to access existing shared instance. So let's make it. I think we had made this here as well. We wanted to access this. So let's go here. So simply say shared preferences. Okay, I think preferences. But before we do that, we have to put an await. So we await this SharedPreferences dot get instance. Okay. Then here we're going to await the prefs. So we say prefs. Then we simply say set bool. So in case I didn't mention, SharedPreferences is a key value storage. So the key, we already made the key here. So this is going to be the key. So without wasting time, let's copy this. So this has to be uniform. It has to be the same, in other words. So we just paste it here. Then the value as we have known is going to be a Boolean value. So simply just say true. Then we give it a semicolon here at the end. So if this is passed, we have to navigate. So simply use a navigator. So navigator dot push. So inside here, we're going to let me use the push replacement. So push replacement. Then we give it a material route here. Material page route. Then the builder. Then here we're simply just going to say context. Then we point it to the page, the screen in our case where we want to go. So we simply say home screen. So once this has been set to true, we'll just go directly to the home screen, looking at the condition that we made here. So if that is false, we'll go directly to the onboarding screen. So let's go back here. So here we're done with the functions. Now we have to go inside the build. So here we're going to make a page, a list called pages. So pages. So this is going to have these containers that are going to have these colors and children. So this container is having this pinkish color and having the child saying welcome to the app. Then when we swipe, we have this other container that's having this text as well. Then the last container is having this button that's taking us to the home screen when clicked or pressed in our case. So let's do that. So here we'll simply say, then we do this, then we give it a semicolon here at the end. Then in here we're going to make a list of containers. So simply say container. And this container is going to have a color. Going to have a color. Sorry about that. So simply say, let's move this. Simply say colors dot red. Then we'll give it a red of 300. Then down here we'll give it a child. Then the child is going to be of type text. Then the text is going to say, let's go and check the first screen. So this is the first screen. So it's going to be the text called welcome to the app. Then we'll style this. So we'll simply say style, then text style. Sorry about that. So say, let me remove this. Color, then we give it a color. So colors dot let's say gray. Then we give it a gray of, let's give it a 200. Then the font size, we'll give it a font size of 28. Then remove that. Then we give it a font weight as well. So font weight dot bold. So with this done, I think we're going to do this for the next container as well before we reach this container that's having this. So the next container we're going on is this. So after this, then we'll go to the container that's having a button. So I'm going to pause the video and just copy this and paste it on the next line. So here I've pasted it here. So I'm going to change the color to green. Then I just change the text. So what text was there? How do you like it here? So that is done. The next thing is we're going to have another container that's going to have this button here. So let's get to that. So we just do this. Just copy this same container. So I'm trying to go as fast as I can and still maintain the message of this video. So let's go here. Just remove the text child from here. Then we're going to have an elevated button. So this is an elevated button. So get the elevated button. It's going to require a function here. So let me format this code. So the child is going to be a text child. So simply say text. Then it's simply just going to say get started. Then here, this is where we're going to change. This is the function that when pressed is going to take us to the home screen. So let's do that. Let's make the logic for that. So we're going to give it an arrow function here. So simply do this, then point it to this function that we had made. So we just have to call this function. Okay, so say complete onboarding. Then inside here we'll call the context. So okay, so that is done. Now let's go to the UI. So inside here we're going to give it a body. So inside the body we're going to have a liquid swipe. So liquid swipe requires pages, and this is the pages list that we've made. Okay, so let me format this as well. So here, this is, let me take you back a little. So this is the liquid, we're getting that liquid swipe from this package. So let's go back here. So the next thing is we're going to have a full transition value. So full transition value, we're going to give it 400 so that it is fully by 400. Then okay, so the next thing is we're going to give it the wave type. So the wave type is going to say wave type. So that's the wave type of the swipe. So say wave type, and then we say liquid review. Okay, to give it this liquid sort of a review. Then the next thing is we're going to give it a controller. Okay, what was I typing? So we say liquid controller. Then we just simply call that liquid controller a variable we made on top there. So liquid controller. Okay, that one. Then we come here, then enable a slide review. So this is the slide review that we've enabled. Then we say set it to true. Then lastly, we have to give it this slide icon widget. So let's go here. We simply say slide icon widget. Then we're going to use this icon. Okay, so say icon. Then in here, we're simply going to say icons. Dot. Then we're going to give it icon called arrow. Back iOS, this one. Then we're going to style it. Say give it a size of 30. Then the next thing is we're going to give it a color. So color, then the colors will be white. Okay, so that is done. So for now, I think we're done for now. Let's try to reload this, then see what we have. All right, so we have this sort of a cosmetic problem. So how we can solve this is by simply just centering everything in here. So just go here and center the text child. So simply do this, wrap this with the center widget. So let's reload this. Okay, so as you can see, that has been solved. So let's go to the next one. As you can notice, there's yeah, it's having that white thing and it gets pushed on top there. So let's just center everything here real quick, then we're done. Reload this. Then we just also center the, okay, so that is centered. Then we also center the elevated button. Okay, let's do that. Okay, this is also having a green background, so it doesn't show. So let's give it yellow, like we had done in the introduction application. So we see the yellow back here. Okay, so it is loaded. Now let's go to the home screen. Let's do this. So we went to the home screen. So if we reload this, it won't bring the onboarding screen again. So let's do that. Okay, let's do this. So as you can see, it has stopped running. It has finished running and we're still on the home screen. So this is how you can do this and save. This is how you can make the liquid swipe onboarding screen and save the persistent state inside this key value storage, which is called SharedPreferences. So if you have time and you want to do this, you can simply go here and read the documentation on the pub.dev. You go for SharedPreferences and you can basically see everything that we were doing. So the setBool and the getBool as well. Okay, so this is what I had for you guys today.